I try to be as open as I can. Why don't you look at me? I'm tired of being the invisible man. The invisible man. Oh, the invisible man.
Why, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Invisible Man. So today we have on a special guest as Hamfist, which we'll see in a minute. Hey Phil, say hi. Someone's making noises. So everybody but Phil's on the screen. So I'm just going to stop insulting everybody here, and we will put everybody up. How's that? There we go.
Oh boy.
Okay, so by the way, so everybody who's watching, if you can please like the video, share it, like the Invisible Man Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, share it from there as well. Like and do all those other good things. It really does help us out.
Hey, we got one person watching right now on the YouTube channel.
Yep, and we got many more on Facebook. Actually, we've got a couple of comments already. Anyhow,
yeah.
So we So today we've got, like I said, we have Hamfist on, the Winnipeg band. I'll do the formal introduction in just a minute. So just if you need any more information about the Invisible Man show, the link's going to be on the screen the whole time. The URL, the invisibleman.ca. Go check it out there. You can also check this show later via there if you like, if you don't want to look around on Facebook. So I think I'm ready to introduce our guests. So our guest today is an energetic rock band from Winnipeg. They're about to release a new EP, and they're going to let us play two of the songs as a world premiere. So that's going to be exciting. First one in about 10 or 15 minutes, so stay tuned for that. They are, even if they say so themselves, are an awesome rock band full of grease and scum. So welcome to the show, Hamfist.
204. Yeah, welcome aboard.
There we go.
All right. Good to be here.
So, is that Kyle's cat? I'm not sure.
It was a killer hornet or a murder hornet.
Yeah.
It's all fun. Something always happens, doesn't it? So, thanks for being on the show, guys. Really appreciate you turning up. Those of you who are regulars watching the show will recognize Kyle. He's been on the show a few times with Load. I think you did a Cannabis Castle episode with us as well, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure this show will twice. So some of you should know who Kyle is, but just in case, could you guys maybe just introduce yourselves, what part you play in the band, and any other little tidbits you'd like to throw our way?
Well, I'm Kyle, and I play bass in Hamfist.
I'm Nick, and I play guitar in Hamfist.
I'm Carson, and I sing in Hamfist.
Excellent. This is going to be a really lots of questions.
Hi, Hamfist.
Okay.
Hi, Phil.
Where are we? Okay. So you are all from Winnipeg. You've been around for a while. How long has actually Hamfist been around?
About a little over a year, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think Karsten would probably have a better idea.
2 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been 2. Not quite 2.
Murder hornets.
I've been in it since like August 2 years ago. So.
Wow. All right.
Time flies.
That's about as long as the Invisible Man's been up. I think our first episode aired in August 2 years ago. Okay, here we are. So we're the same age.
Yeah.
Who knew? There we go. So 2 years. Has it been the same lineup for 2 years?
There was one switch. The bass player switched.
Okay. So you you downgraded?
Well, yeah, we were stuck with Kyle because he showed up, so we're like, all right.
Only supposed to be temporary, and then he just kept being here.
We just couldn't get rid of him. He wouldn't go away.
It doesn't matter where.
It took 8 months for Carson to stop calling me New Kirby.
It doesn't really matter. I've noticed that wherever Kyle is, someone's out there to poke fun at you.
Yeah.
That's why we love you. Oh, okay, that's funny. So, what are your major musical influences?
That's a loaded question.
That sound right there. That sound right there.
Yeah. I prefer the sound of a reciprocating saw. That's my influence. That's how I plan my guitar tone.
And he nails it. Anything loud and showy.
Loud and shouty. Anything specific?
Well, I think right now what makes Hamfist work the best is that there's like a lot of different influences. Like, you know, we all have the same kind of, we like music the same way, but we all listen to different stuff. Like I'm in the car with Nick all the time, and he's playing punk that I absolutely hate. But you know, I listen to all this crazy shit that he would hate, and you know, it's just, it's all over the place. So there's
it's not like the music you listen to is bad. I just hate it because you like it.
Wow.
That's as good a reason as any, I guess. Yes, great. So is there anything specific, any particular bands that you draw influence from, or that you kind of try and emulate, maybe?
I think the stuff we don't really on would be like Maiden and Priest, like the basics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And for me, I like a lot of like 90s punk.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of like Bad Religion and No Fun at All, and of course, Maiden, Priest.
Okay.
And I come from like a 70s rock and like metal, a little bit of metal, prog background. I like the more complicated types of music.
And our drummer likes Rush.
Nothing else.
Oh, nothing else.
All he listens to is Rush.
Well, there are worse bands to like. Right? Well, Rush aren't that bad.
True. Yeah.
And particularly as a drummer, I mean, one of the best drummers I think ever.
If you're going to be a drummer and like a band, it should be Rush.
Yeah.
I think that's just correct.
Yeah, that's right. So you're not taking any risks there, is he? Okay. Actually, what's the drummer's name?
Evo.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Evo.
Evo. Okay.
He's from very far away.
Okay, there we go. Just get all the names out there.
We were going to have him on the podcast, but we figured one fast-talking foreigner that nobody can understand is enough.
You don't talk fast, Kyle. Okay, right. So you got the EP coming up, like five songs you've got going. So tell us a little bit about that. We'll just talk about that very briefly, and then we'll jump into the song. So do you have any? Are these just 5 random songs that you just happen to put together, or is there like a theme to this EP? Okay, one at a time.
Cue Hamfist.
Maybe we should wait for the buzz song.
I don't know if there's really a theme. We just tried to pick 5 songs that sort of represented what we do.
Okay.
That's about it. I don't know.
Okay,
We've kind of got a whole range of stuff, and so tried to pick a little bit from each part and throw it on EP.
So you've got a lot of a lot in your catalog, but you haven't recorded yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is the album was supposed to be released in April, but COVID happened, and then we didn't jam for a long time, and now we've been getting together and jamming again. Since there's no gigs, we've just been writing. Like we've got almost a whole. We could do another album, but we haven't even released the other one yet.
Okay. So sounds good. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get we'll get one of the songs playing. So we'll move over into the theatre, and let's say you play them in the order I've got, I guess. So we've got just so the audience knows, we've got the mastered music, but there's no video. So we're going to play a slideshow of Hamfist images playing live. So let's start with "Devil of Mine." Here we go. Don't forget, guys, your mics are hot while the music's playing.
Test you made, bow down in shame, around wanting you, a point to pour my light into. I'd rather miss a Judas kiss. What did I do to deserve this? Temple of mine, get off your throne. Oh, pillar of salt, heart of stone. Life's a lie, but I should have known. The skin you shed, the scars you show. Oh, get off your throne. Come here, let me show you how it's done. Push me away, how could I stay? Rotting, I sit here and decay. Oh, fucking down, the pain I found. Don't do that shit to someone else. Devil of mine, please let me die. Temptation keeping me alive. Upon my heart, your scars like heart, displayed on your 6 feet of time. Temple of mine, get off your throne. Oh, pillar of salt, heart of stone. Life's a lie, but I should have known. The skin you shed, the scars you've shown. Whoa, get off your throne. Life's fine right now. I hate you. Can't forget what I know. You just won't let me go. Caught in your undertow. You need me to watch my suffering. Drinking my words of me. You're pumping on the street.
Hey, excellent. Thanks so much, guys.
Ooh.
That's excellent. Oh, let me switch everything back here. Oh, so you get when I'm my own technician as well as the presenter. Anyhow, so thanks so much. I just actually was watching the chats. There's lots of questions from the audience. We've got one question I need to answer right off the bat. Oh, forgot to mention Ryan's not with us today. He's actually moving house. He does send his apologies to everybody. So he does wish he was here. And I want to shout out to Shalim, who's fresh off the golf course, Pauline Santoro, Chris Halady, and as I see more names, I'll shout those out. Now, Shalim does have a whole slew of questions. Do you like Opeth, Motorhead, any black metal?
Oh, man. Did you see Motorhead?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what he said.
I adore Motorhead.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting for the opposite.
Every band should be Motorhead, I think.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Opeth for sure. I like a lot of black metal. Opeth might be more Kyle's thing. If I don't know, he's kind of the pro.
I'm not a big fan of the screamy stuff. I like the there's the two camps with Opeth. There's the growls and the non-growls. I like the non-growls.
Okay. If I knew who that was, I would understand what you're saying. I'm not familiar with them.
Hey,
right?
I don't know, man, if I'm too old, but what's the definition of black metal?
Depends who you ask, I find.
They look like Kiss, but they don't sound like Kiss.
Yeah, I like Kiss. And
anyway. But yeah, there's like earlier black metal stuff, which is, a little more comparable to like new wave of British heavy metal. So like Venom and Merciful Fate and that kind of thing. But then second wave stuff like Immortal and Mayhem gets a lot more lo-fi and a lot more angry.
Okay, I get it.
So where was the EP recorded?
The drummer's basement.
Excellent. So did you do it all yourself? It was all
we recorded it ourselves, but we got an outside guy to mix and master it.
Okay, so no mixing. I was I think a couple of weeks ago on the show.
I've got a story about recording. It's a little boring, but I went to go do my bass parts, and so of course you put new strings on your bass, and my bass pretty much exploded. The whole bridge just broke apart the day day before I was supposed to go record.
Wow. Now, didn't you record on a rental?
No, I recorded on my backup.
Oh, okay.
One we'd never seen before, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a rental for a while.
I had that rental amp. Well, the rental I ended up buying as my backup. That was the one.
Oh, okay. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, I ended up taking that one on tour and using it mainly, and I ended up buying it.
Okay, that's kind of unusual for a bass player to be thinking that far ahead. Have a spare.
in Hamfist, you need two of everything because we break shit constantly. Like you just have to assume one's gonna break. I need another one.
Okay.
Mark, are you a bassist?
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, we are. Ryan gets upset because we do practice bassism on this show.
Not me, but I know people who do that.
Multiple basses. I own 5, and I don't think that's enough.
He's too far gone.
No. Yeah, I was actually just to go back to the mixing and mastering there. As I can record, get a decent sound, but for me, mixing just seems to be one of the hardest parts of making the music for me. Anyway, it's really odd.
That's how you paid someone to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and in my limited experience, I find in a band situation, I mean, everyone in the band writes, everyone in the band contributes, and everyone in the band gives a shit. And I find when the band tries to mix their own album, it just turns into a clusterfuck and never gets finished because it's never good enough, or it's never right, or this person's never happy and then that person's not happy. Right. It's easier to just give it to someone who knows what they're doing, give them some money, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And it's over and you can move on. That's my take.
I think they should be loud.
I think the guitar solos need to be 5 times louder than they are. Like,
well, if I'm going to just be honest, I think the bass was way too loud.
I would like. All I want is the bass to be audible.
Yeah, which is way too loud.
Yeah, but there's one thing I might definitely worth the money mastering. I did try and master the first CD was a solo CD, just a voice and guitar, just do folk jazz, and yeah, I did that with a friend, and it was fine. But when we did our band CD for It's All on the Mind, we actually got that mastered professionally, and the difference night and day. Definitely worth the money. Anyhow, so we got Shaleem wants to know, where can we get the EP?
Well, once it's out, everywhere. But yeah, we've got to release it first, I guess.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're gonna be selling it physically, of course, and put it up. It's gonna be up on all the streaming sites and stuff. But we've got to come up with a release strategy first because we got kind of messed up by COVID. So we're trying to do some sort of like maybe a live show that we can stream live online or something. But
Yeah.
we're kind of figure it all out right now.
Sounds good. Yeah, and we'll definitely, if you guys let us know, we'll definitely put links up on our Facebook page, and so on. We'll help you promote that. So, just
with the
keep in touch.
Colorado Field Show one.
Have you toured outside of Manitoba?
Yeah, BC and back so far.
Okay, and
just west.
So how was it? How did you end up closer
Past
afterwards,
the perimeter,
or
you
were
mean?
you deadly enemies afterwards? How did it work?
Oh, it was pretty good. Sleeping in the van is always exciting. You know, the Hamfist Hotel. You pull up to your local Walmart, and it just always smells so bad.
If you could package that smell and sell it, $1 million idea right there.
Yeah, because people will pay you to fuck off.
Small animals with it or something.
Well, I think
So
I remember a few years ago someone had a little bottle of arse in a bottle. Maybe it was something like that. Maybe they've already done it.
This is arse in a van. They're baking for 2 weeks. So.
Okay.
Cuban goulash.
Okay.
Pretty
So more questions from the audience. Have you played the Park Theatre? Shaleem says you guys look familiar, and he thinks that he's seen you play live. Maybe that.
Yeah, half our slideshow was from the Park Theatre. We played there just like a month ago or something.
Okay.
It was our only show we've done since COVID was at the Park Theatre.
I know Shaleem
that
loves.
was a weird show, man. Like you get so used to the feedback, especially playing the type of music that we play, of people being right up front of the stage and headbanging and stuff, and you just not having that feedback, and you can't really see past the front of the stage because the lights and all that. So you just have to wait till you finish the song and see if people applaud or not if they like you. And sounds like we went over.
Actually, we've just recently read one of the biggest and shiniest venues in Winnipeg is no longer the zoo. So how do you guys feel about that?
Awful. I mean, I grew up at the zoo.
Yeah,
I've been going to the zoo since I was too young to be in that bar. That was my home. Even the first place I ever lived outside of my parents too was literally three doors down from the zoo.
Yeah.
So I'd hang out there every night.
And we used to play there, Kyle and I, in a band we were in 1,000 years ago together, used to play the zoo twice a week. It felt like for a while. We were there all the time.
Nice.
No place quite like it.
You did? Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any stories of the zoo, or it was all just good?
I mean, I swear they used to pay someone to sit there in the bathroom and just smoke people up. They'd be sitting there with weed. Hey man, you want to hoot on this joint? Every time you go into the bathroom.
My favorite was playing the zoo when it rained, and it would actually be raining on stage. So you'd be playing and you're moving around the stage trying to avoid the water so you don't get electrocuted.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, there'd like to be lots of atmosphere after that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that place is great. I love the zoo.
Yeah, they get big bands, and it's such an intimate venue for the level of bands they were able to get, and you could meet a lot of them, and so that was the world's coolest thing, getting to be as close as possible to your heroes.
Yeah, and you'd see someone like Propagandy play there, and you'd swear the building was about to collapse. It was just awesome. So good.
Excellent. Yeah, I never had the pleasure of playing in Aussies. I guess my musical styles are a little bit soft, but I played in Aussies a few times. I did there were some good and bad times. It was the best or it was the worst, but good. But all the memories are good, I guess, in that regard. Let's have a look. I don't know if Yeah, so Schleem's another question. Actually, we do actually call Schleem an honorary host because he usually ends up firing questions at the guests, so that's great. Anyway, so
talk about.
what producers do you like? And if you could get anyone for future recordings, who would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's so many great ones and so many bad ones at the same time.
If I was gonna pick one, it'd be I'd go with Mike Klink. Would be the world's coolest thing.
Yeah.
Because that guy's resume is unbelievable.
Rick Rubin would be cool just because he's Rick Rubin. Like, he's done stuff that I dislike and he's done stuff that I love, but just to have his name on your album would be just the neatest thing. I don't know, that'd be so cool.
Excellent. Actually, I don't know if I could answer that question. I'm not sure I know any producers.
That's tough. I feel like I don't have the time here to give the proper thought to it.
Yes. I'll think about that, and I'll let you know next week via email.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Okay. So Kin Productions on YouTube says, what kind of guitars does the guitar player use?
I'd tell him just to be a jerk that I use Neil Peart guitars, but currently I'm playing Kiesels.
So Kin Productions is our drummer.
Oh,
he's cooking pizzas right now and sending us messages.
He's a bit of a YouTube star, so check him out.
Yes. Yeah. He also asks, why is Carl still in the band? No, he didn't say that. I actually made that up.
Wow.
You might have to do that. I believed you.
So did I.
Here we go. Okay. So you've got lots of songs, lots of topics. Who does the who does most of the songwriting, or who does the songwriting?
Well,
Kind of all.
our arguments usually.
Who's that?
I said our arguments.
Your
Yeah.
arguments, mate.
Everybody all at once.
Just kind of argue until a song presents itself.
Okay.
Usually Nick brings in riff, or sometimes I will, and we scream at each other, and then about 2 jams later we've got a finished song.
Excellent. So does anybody sit down and actually write lyrics, or is it usually just a result of a jam?
Mostly Karsten.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they'll like come kind of stream of consciousness as the song's going, but usually I've got to wait 2 months and then wake up in the middle of the night and write something down.
Yep. Do you find that you struggle over the lyrics then? Something that is more of a chore sometimes, or do you find it's a joy?
Yeah, like once in a while, like there's no cookie cutter kind of way that it happens. They just let it come, and if it comes, that second or months later, then that's when it happens.
Okay. So don't
come
force
up with,
it.
Karsten, do you come up with like a beat scheme or a rhythm scheme to the words before you write them first, or do you just start thinking about a topic and then sort of try and make it fit to the song?
I've done both. If it's happening in a jam, then I can usually come up with a rhythm right away and then kind of put words to it later. So at least I've got placeholder groans and growls to sing while we're jamming. But
I'm the opposite. On the rare occasion I write lyrics, it's usually topical first. Actually, usually I have a sheet of lyrics that sits around for a year, and before there's a song where I can be like, "Hey, these will fit."
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I'm actually writing some songs with my former musical partner, well, now my current musical partner again, in England. So we're doing this distance. I'm sending him some tunes. He'll send me some lyrics, and I have to tweak the lyrics. Yes, we do tend to find that it's an easier thing to edit something somebody else has started than it is to come up with new stuff. But
when we're going to get a sneak peek, Mark?
The 24th of October is the scheduled show for all of the songs that we've written. Oh, actually, you guys probably are not aware. Gavin was on the show just a few weeks ago, a month ago or so, and I challenged him that between us we would write a minimum of one song a month, just indefinite, no deadline, just to get us both back into it again. So yeah,
and they've got like, 3 songs done now?
Sorry,
you've got like 3 songs done now already?
No, we got one song completed, and I've got 3 melodies. He's got one he's working on, and I've got 2 more that I'm just polishing up before, and I'll do a rough record, send it over. So we'll have four songs done by the end of September. We'll be all going
cool.
On. Yeah,
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, so whether they're good or not, it's another issue.
Like the way things have been going for us the last little while, in the with being kind of locked down and not having any gigs, we get in, and me and Nick will be talking, because usually we're in the car together, and we'll be talking about, this old riff now, because we used to be in a band together, so we can bring that back, this riff or that riff, or stuff that we started writing and didn't finish, and stuff like that. And then when it comes into it, like the last 2 songs that we wrote were off the cuff. One was something that Nick just started playing in jam and everybody responded to. So now we've pretty much got almost an entire song based on that one. And then one was something that just came into my head about 2 hours before jam one day. And we started working on that. And that's the one that we're currently working on. So it's kind of funny how that works, where we're like, I don't know. This is like just we instead of having these preordained ideas, the ones that we end up working on are the ones that just sort of came off the cuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny because I write songs with Ryan, and it's completely different from the way I write songs with Gavin. It's when I'm because Ryan will come with a bass riff or something, and then I'll find some chords. He'll and there'll be a lot of collaboration, and then we'll have a verse, chorus, and maybe a middle eight or something. After at the jam, I'll go away and write the lyrics. But yeah, it really depends on who you're with as well. It depends on how the creative process goes, and it doesn't always go that way either. You just got to come. Sometimes like you said, sometimes you just got to put something down and wait for something to turn up in a week or 2.
Just throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, having written with other bands, I always find, like with Hamfist specifically, this group of guys, it works better. Like I've written almost complete songs or complete parts and stuff like that and brought them into other bands and we play those. But with Hamfist, you can't really do that because everybody wants to pull it in a different direction. So it's better to come in with just 2 riffs that kind of go together and say like, hey, what can we do with this? And then suddenly people are banging out this and banging out that. And then we're, arguing for 3 jams and then suddenly we've got a song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the arguing bits. I've not heard that before, but yeah, I guess whatever works, right? So what topics do your songs usually take?
Pigs.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of stuff, there's like political stuff, there's like kind of just made up fantasy stuff, but it mostly revolves around the mutant alien robot race of pig avengers that will eventually come for us all.
It's gonna happen.
Yep. Yep. So I think that kind of topic is the kind of thing Phil likes to read about.
Well, it's research. It's coming. Full disclosure pretty soon, I bet.
It's not that he likes to read about it; it's that he's preparing.
Yeah. You thought it was COVID.
First ship that comes here, I'm out of here.
Well, that was why all that toilet paper went missing there. It was all at Phil's place.
You don't know what they're going to have on that spaceship? Might be 3 seashells or something.
Hey, well, talking of pigs, the next song, "The Unstoppable Pork Machine." I giggled when I saw that. Actually, yeah. I guess it comes out right away, and I had a little giggle because I thought that was hilarious. Is it a serious song? What is this? What is
very, very serious? I think, as we've sort of discussed here.
It's prophetic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's more of a prophecy than an actual song.
Excellent.
Jesus, that sounds scary, man.
I was liking it to. It's like the lyric wise, it's like Black Sabbath's Iron Man, but with a pig.
Okay.
And I go for it. My candle is lit. My salt lamp is on. My lava lamp is on. I'm ready. And I have some indica. So.
Okay, so I think then let's go ahead and listen to Unstoppable Pork Machine. Make sure I hit the right buttons here. Here we go.
Unstoppable Pork Machine! Feel the giant footsteps shake the ground. What's that vengeance terrorize unbound? Cybernetic experimental disgrace. Enter to take revenge on the human race. Rush you in his handfist, stop you under off. It's no use fighting back, the machine is bulletproof. Invincible, incredible, unstoppable pork machine. Unbeatable, unbreakable, unstoppable pork machine. Unbreakable, indomitable, unstoppable pork machine. Beware the pork machine. Scientific abomination to kill. Robotic squealing echo shrill. Make way beware his mutant rage. The patient fury now uncaged. Crush you in his handfist, stop you under off. It's no use fighting back, a machine is bulletproof. Invincible, incredible, unstoppable pork machine. Unbeatable, unbreakable, unstoppable pork machine. Unbreakable, indomitable, unstoppable pork machine. Beware the pork machine. Yeah. Invincible, incredible, unstoppable pork machine. Unbeatable, unbreakable, unstoppable pork machine. Unbreakable, indomitable, unstoppable pork machine. Beware the pork machine. Slave unto the king for once oppressed. Byproduct of capitalist unrest. Bring the human gluttons to their knees. The butcher's now becoming the machines. Rush you in his handfist, stop you under off. It's no use fighting back, the machine is bulletproof. Invincible, incredible, unstoppable pork machine. Unbeatable, unbreakable, unstoppable pork machine. Unbreakable, indomitable, unstoppable pork machine. Beware the pork machine.
Holy crap! You guys could sell that as the theme song to Maple Leaf, where they make the bacon and stuff, man.
Well, I'm sitting here as well wondering when do I switch, because there's like so many full stops and like now quick switch the screen. So you got me. I'm sitting giggling.
What I love about it is that I can hear the lyrics. To me, if I can't hear the lyrics, I can't hear the story in the song, I'm up.
Then what's the purpose?
Yeah.
Why write lyrics if you don't want people to hear them?
I know.
With a,
Hey,
with
kitty
a
cat.
song, it's all about the lyrics. You know, it's a fast, like thrashy song, but without the lyrics, it's just a fast, thrashy song. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
You know, mutant pigs.
Yes. And,
Cybernetic mutant pigs.
Well, and it was the same for the first song we heard too. I just forgot to mention it right there and then, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, let's go back to that one. I did mean to ask. So, "Devil of Mine" was the first song we heard. What's that song about? And where did the idea for that come from?
That was a chorus I had forever, and then just kind of wrote verses around it. So that one, about like toxic relationships, and so that one's a little less fun and pig related, but.
You can have a toxic relationship with a cybernetic mutant pig of destruction.
Yeah. Any relationship probably would be at least a little toxic.
Okay, Shaleem has a question there. Are you guys trying to get signed to a specialty metal label like Season Mist and Sepulchral Productions? I pronounced that wrong, I'm sure. Are you looking at being signed?
Maybe right now we just really want to get our music out, and then I think we're going to worry about maybe trying to get signed or.
Yeah, it's gonna walk before we can run in that case, but down the line for sure.
Yep. There we go. Now, where do you usually perform? You've toured, as we talked about, but you can't obviously play in the zoo anymore. But where do you normally perform, or have you recently performed? I should say, not that recently.
Yeah.
The usual venues, really, like anywhere that will book us. That's kind of the kind of thing. But I mean, like the Bulldog Pizza is a favorite.
Okay.
That one's got a good, nice vibe. We played the Park Theater. The Albert's kind of open. We were trying to get in there for a long time. I think we played there once. We were trying to get back in there, and then the whole COVID thing happened. I think we had 2 or 3 gigs booked there, for April, May.
Yeah, our release show was booked there. There's the Garrick. Right, the Garrick Hotel is always fun. It's a little place, but it's good. There's a new place that opened up on Osborne that we might be playing in a couple weeks, or might not. I'm not sure, but it's kind of taken over for what the Cavern used to be, because the Cavern closed down, but then they opened up this place called Osborne Underground.
Oh, okay, right. I was wondering what. Yeah.
But we haven't played there yet. But
so is that in the same location as the Cavern?
No,
it's next door, right?
I'm not 100% sure. It's on the same street, but
because I was a little confused with where that was, and I walked by there just last. Because we had Jared Adams, I guess from a few weeks ago, was on, and he was doing a show there, and I was planning on going, and so I actually went to walked around there to find out where that was. Yeah, but there we go. Just kind of wondering there. So, where was your favorite place, whether it's still existing or not?
I mean, the zoo.
Yeah. Definitely the zoo.
Although with in a previous lifetime, Nick, you played the Walker there.
Yeah, I played the Walker in my old band. That was pretty cool. Or now it's the Burton Cummings Theater, I guess. Yeah. We opened for Steel Panther. That was fun, but but it just doesn't have the magic of the zoo.
The magic water.
Yeah, we had some good times at the zoo. Good crowds, good people, always good fun.
See, now I would want to go there, but that's too late.
Yeah, so Shaleem, Shaleem's got another question there. Would you play, as Hamfist, would you play Cannabis Castle? Shaleem seems to think that Carl has a connection there.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll play anywhere. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Yep. Would Luce invite you though, Kyle?
Well, see, the thing is, this isn't a cannabis band. But I mean, we'll play. We'll play. If it comes up, we'll play it.
Do they have beer can? Because that's kind of more my speed.
They have what?
Beer can castle.
Oh,
that's a little more my thing.
Yeah, the left fridge, the left door. That's where the beer is, right? Anyway, they do it. It's not just kind of. Anyhow, I've been there before.
Carson's been to the castle once.
Sorry.
That was for that. That was for that movie.
was it made in was Manitoba something? I can't remember.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that Ken Loxton one.
Yeah.
What was that called? Yeah, was it? Yeah, wasn't. Well, no, it was made in. Was it made in Winnipeg or something? It wasn't like they couldn't use made in Manitoba because that was taken.
Right. Yeah. Take it.
Yeah, so someone else was using that for fruits or whatever. Yeah, okay. So, now we talked about your musical influences, but is there any? This is actually prompted by one of Shleem's questions there. I'm assuming that you like more than the music, the Stars music that you've talked about already. Is there any music that you enjoy listening to that would surprise your fans?
Lots.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lots.
start listening.
Well, I like metal is obviously, you know, kind of a big one for me, but other than that, I'm into like a lot of rock, like generally rock, and then EDM and hip hop, and a lot of like New Orleans jazz too. I really like. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
bit widespread blues too, lots of blues.
Yeah, I can see that. And blues covers a lot of genres. It crosses over a lot, so I can see that for everybody.
Sure enough, yeah.
It's a very adaptable style of music.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to a lot of. I mean, I go all over the place. So, I mean, my favorite type is prog because it mixes it all together. But I mean, like anything from old Celtic folk from the '60s to like '70s fusion to I don't know, like I mean, I like a lot of like Carson had mentioned EDM. I'm more into like '90s electronica, like the Crystal Method and Prodigy. I'll pop that on every now and then for a good like, you know, cleaning the house kind of feel. But yeah, I revert back to prog usually.
Okay. Nick?
I like a lot of acoustic stuff, which surprises a lot of people because I don't look or act or sound like an acoustic person, but I really enjoy it. and quite a bit of classical, but and of course all like blues and stuff, and I like a lot of like guitar jazz, as long as it's not too weird. Like Frank Gambale and stuff, and is super cool.
Django Reinhardt.
Yeah.
The man was a genius. As though he had like 2 fingers, and he still played.
Imagine what he could do with 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You guys should totally do an album where there's like when he mentioned classical, an album where there's classical and somebody else's thing, and just representing each member of the band, but in Hamfist style. I don't know why.
Yeah, that'd be hard. That'd be hard to do because, I don't know.
It was one of the when I was younger, I would always listen to the kind of music I play now. So Simon & Garfunkel and Dylan and all the great folk artists, Django Reinhardt and Stefan Grappelli loved that as well. But outwardly, I was a skinhead, so I was listening to ska and kind of new wave stuff this was in the 80s, probably before most of you were born, maybe. I'm a couple of years older than you.
Not Carson.
But now when people are, when I'm playing the folk jazz stuff that I do play, I actually have an affinity for opera. Haven't listened to it in a while, but I used to go to the opera every now and again. Someone would give us tickets at the so it was fun. Yeah, Luce has joined us, by the way.
Hey, welcome.
So her first words were Jesus Christ. I'm assuming.
Why am I not surprised? Well, at what? At what?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's an exclamation. Kyle, she says, "Hi, Kyle.
On my look.
You need to stop and get a beer." I'm not sure who that's for. Probably me.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So Luce. Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, I was a skinhead then. Why are you surprised now?
Shit, man.
Anyhow, there we are.
I don't want to panic anyone, but I just saw Jesus, all right?
Yeah, it was in the chat. Jesus was in the chat. Yeah. And so Kyle, actually, do you like old Genesis?
Do I like old Genesis?
Yes.
I love old Genesis.
Yeah.
Actually, the last concert that I saw before the whole lockdown thing happened and concerts stopped happening was Steve Hackett, the original guitarist. And it was amazing. He played like all of Selling England by the Pound.
I just want to point out that I thought you were talking about video games when you asked that question. I was thinking, I love old Genesis, and then
Yeah,
you got all, Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on,
I was a Nintendo guy myself. Yeah. Actually, Luce says she saw old Genesis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, shit.
No, she didn't.
Well,
She saw Phil Collins. That's not Genesis.
yeah, that's right. Anyhow.
And a BlackBerry is a real cell phone. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Just kidding. I miss you, Luce. I haven't seen you in so long. Love the BlackBerry.
So we've got a request from the audience. One more song. We only plan to do 2. Are you up for to play one of the others off the EP, or do you want to? It's up to you guys.
we could do another one.
Okay, so
yeah.
Let's do it.
I am not queued up for it, but Phil, take over the interview. I'll just get another song. Any particular one you wanted on there of the 5?
You guys want to be dicks and do
No.
No.
Was that?
No. There's not enough time left.
Oh, hey.
Okay, yeah.
That's a
I'll
lot.
put some more money in the meter.
So,
Parasitic Intent, I say.
What's the other one? I was going to pick the other one.
What's the other one?
Where
Oh,
are we?
I
Right.
Voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Voices? Okay. I'll get that one in. Up. I'm doing something wrong. Yep, so bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Phil,
Well,
take
the only
over.
downside to this song is that it starts with the bass, so you actually very clearly hear the bass in the intro, which sort of sets the song up for failure, but we felt that it's a strong enough song that it redeems itself.
Yeah, no, it was just easier to make it that way because then it sets the bar low and then anything else.
Yeah, and then no matter what you do, it's obviously going to get better as it goes. Right?
This is how you keep the music angry. Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna. I have to just play a little bit of it so I can adjust the audio. So bear with me, everyone. I will restart the song. Lost it.
You know what it's tricky in Winnipeg? A lot of parking lots have the plugs.
Hang on a sec, Phil. The audience can't hear you.
Oh,
I tell people who aren't from Winnipeg that, I don't know what's going on.
This is stuff I usually do before the show, so I'm winging it. Yeah, so it's not playing.
You tell people who aren't from cold climates that it electrifies your car to prevent theft.
well, yeah.
They don't believe you. It's hilarious.
But you should. People should do like hit the parking lot if there's power. Set up real quick. Do an impromptu concert. And
Yeah, Jackal did something like that. You know the band Jackal? They released an album, and there was a
Hang on a sec.
like
The audience can't hear you guys.
I was just telling the story.
Okay, sorry everybody. This wouldn't have happened before. If I'd planned, I'd only planned to do 2, so apologies all around. But we're going to go ahead and play Voice as well in its entirety with a slideshow. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, here we go. So sorry about the. We'll edit that out in post. Okay. Here we go.
Hold for it.
So voices.
Behind my eyes, my windows to my soul. Can't take this anymore. Let me go, let me go. Can't escape, trapped in your mind. Your demons intertwine. Rather be dead than hear these voices. No, this is not a cry for help so loud. I can't hear myself over my tread. And with your voice inside my head, in my head.
There we go. Thank you, guys.
That was awesome.
There we go.
And now I'm in trouble with Luce, so one moment, please.
Yes, Luce is taking everybody's attention as usual. Oh, there was something in the chat I was going to... Oh, yeah. Luce is swearing at Kyle.
Yeah.
Why does he do that? Yeah, Shalim says that reminds... The opening reminded him of something Lemmy would do from Motorhead. Yeah.
Right on.
Okay, good stuff.
That's the highest of praise.
Just watch the reaction. Was that a good thing? It was a good thing. Okay.
That's a great thing.
And...
It's like Lemmy playing Iron Maiden or something.
Oh, and Luce is now swearing at me. Okay, good.
I'm
okay,
not,
I think so I think yeah, we're actually at the end. It's a little too yeah, went a bit too quick. Anyhow, so anybody wants to get hold of Hamfist, you want to chat, book a show or whatever, hamfistrocks@gmail.com, Facebook Hamfistrocks, and I didn't have the other stuff up here, but go to all other social media and look up Hamfistrocks. You've got them. Okay.
That's right.
I would have put those up there, but I guess oh, excuses. And of course, we'll do our usual as well. All of our links, social media and otherwise, are going to be found on theinvisibleman.ca. Phil and I both are on Twitter, at MD Stallard and at Colorado Phil 1. And of course, the Invisible Man Show is on Instagram. We post pretty much daily. Phil, if you knew or not, Phil has a radio show. You want to tell everybody about that, Phil?
Yeah. The Colorado Phil Show, Monday through Fridays, 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 2 to 6 p.m. Central in Manitoba, 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm back where I created the show. I'm back on Tri-Lakes Radio. That's TRI. And you can listen to my show at the website, www.trilakesradio.com. You can go to the Google Play Store and look for Live 365 Radio app and download that. And then once it's installed, look Tri-Lakes Radio up and listen to the station. You can also listen from my Facebook show page, The Colorado Phil Show. Hit like, hit follow if you haven't been there yet. And pretty much as you scroll the page is how the Colorado Phil Show goes. The weird stories and stuff, that's all part of the mix.
Awesome.
I was going to say something else, but I forget.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, we do the show just for the love of it. But if you'd like to show your appreciation and drop us a few pennies, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/It's All in the Mind. There's a link on the website as well.
Who says
beer?
I drink a lot of coffee. Anyway, also one more link on there that I just want to draw everyone's attention to: books.mdstyle.com. I am an author. I've got some books published, a couple of children's chapter books and a short story collection. Go check those out, books.mdstyle.com. Also links on the website as well. Nice. Okay, I think that's all the formal stuff done. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us in the audience. Lots of chatter going on. Sorry, Luce, I couldn't get to everything. Yeah, you can phone me later and we'll figure it out. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for coming on, allowing us to be the first people to play your new songs off your new EP. Has been a pleasure. Been a really great getting to meet the two of you and Kyle. Which I knew before, obviously. That's why I said that. So from me, Mark David Stallard, and the Colorado Phil, thank you very much for joining us here on The Invisible Man. And we'll catch you next week. I think Batteries Not Included from Chicago are on, so that'll be a fun show as well. So thank you very much, everybody. And we will catch you all next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Oh, the invisible